At the beginning, I think I was really putting a lot of pressure on coming up with something very interesting and substantive, like every day. I was trying to post every day, and I mean, that's just really tough. Now that I've had somebody help me with my social media, she's forcing me to do a lot more what I would not have necessarily been comfortable with, but a lot more just like pictures of myself and in different ways to promote the firm and things like that. I hope people know that it's not me that's just posting pictures of myself all the time. But I think that, going along with my point before is that you don't, every post doesn't have to be the most substantive thing ever. Pretty much nobody, I mean, if you're just scrolling through how people scroll through Instagram, I mean, it's just the picture and then happy Monday. I mean, that's what we've been doing a lot of. I think where I still focus on the content creation is my videos and trying to make sure that my videos are giving good information for the people that actually do watch it. So I know we've been thinking about doing different like series because we film once a month four videos so that I have a week, one a week. So then now we've been kind of turning to maybe doing more series of like, okay, we're going to do 4 videos on the TBI verdict that I got. That was $5.5 million. I guess that's on CBN. And then like maybe a series on like social media marketing. So I think if you can kind of come up, and I know we're going to talk about this, or we kind of have, but I have, developed this niche of traumatic brain injuries. And so that's also helpful with content creation because, I'm trying to make sure I do at least 1 TBI video a month. So if you can kind of come up with a niche like that, that helps too with, having a theme to your content creation.
As far as content, I try to think of something that may, a good story or something that I know, maybe I see what strikes a chord with people. If I've got a video and it gets a lot of traction, then I'm going to try to do something with a similar model to it. Like this is an experience I had. Let me give you an example. And here's what ended up happening or something like that. And you'll see how it gets a lot of traction. If you just come up with some, interesting topics and do the video. And what's cool about, I guess, TikTok and some of these other platforms and Instagram Reels is you can make a video, let's say on TikTok on Monday morning, takes, let's say 20 minutes, you do a quick TikTok. Then I can get that over to someone, someone who I work with for social media. And then she gets it into the Instagram Reels, then it shows up on LinkedIn. So you can use those videos as long as they're, platform appropriate. Some TikToks I'm just not putting up on LinkedIn because they're just out there, but a lot of stuff you can post on TikTok, get it over to LinkedIn, and you just repurpose it. And what I've seen is a lot of stuff. Like I said, I like to provide like useful tips. I'll share one that did get a ton of views, which was sharing some experience that you've had, right? So like I was a former prosecutor and I shared this one tip, which was, what you shouldn't do if you're pulled over. And it was in 1 minute, in 10 seconds, I just told people like, listen, don't be rude to the police officer. That's it. But there was a long explanation as to why you shouldn't be rude and how police officers use that against you. And I mean, the thing ended up blowing up and really becoming an interesting topic for people to talk about in the comments section of in this video. So that's one example of what you can do.
So one good thing to do is to share substantive information while also like sharing your picture. So here's like an example of something that we did where this was like an Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn post, but just having my picture and then having substantive information on it too. I think that's another way to kind of, double down on your branding, but then also feel like you're giving people interesting information and people, it's tips that people need, just like being pulled over by, the police. But, I think that had a lot of good response too, because it wasn't just like a plain, just here's 3 mistakes, or it wasn't like where the 3 mistakes were in the, body versus having my picture. So I think thinking about how you can kind of blend your branding in with the substantive information is a good way to go as well.